Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to another wonderful edition of Conversation with the Love Crusader. If you're just coming across this platform for the first time, it's a platform where we talk about love, we talk about life, we talk about relationships, all in a fun way. So we're always smiling, we're always having fun while we're talking about serious issues on this platform. And this month of November has been our Love Stories Month. So we've been having couples on our love seat coming to tell their love story. We had a very wonderful edition last week, and today we have another powerful couple. Very humble, simple, but powerful couple in the studio today. So you can always connect with us on this platform. We are live on YouTube at Memphis TV. We are also live on Facebook at Memphis. And you can connect with us on YouTube, on Instagram, Memphis on love, TikTok, Memphis_love. Okay, all right, let's get on the show because 1 hour is not always enough when we're having fun. And I know we're going to have fun today. We're going to learn and we are also going to have fun. All right, quick introductions. My co host is here. As usual, a regular face, Titi Lion. Maybe I start calling you Titi Lion like my husband. Powerful woman, always sharing insights and her wisdom with us. Thank you so much for coming again. And we have on the love seat, like I said, a very powerful couple. And very soon you will hear their love story from their mom, from my mom. Uh, Lilian Dosunmu is my daughter, not biological daughter. She's one of my spiritual daughter. And she also gave me a son, brother Kunle Dosunmu. So I have Lilian and Kunle Dosunmu here today on the love seat. Thank you for coming. You want to say hello to the people?
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Love Sits.
Okay.
That's it.
Don't worry. If I tell she's my daughter, you should understand that there will be a bit of drama. We are like that. We are drama. So expect it. All right, let's
Yes,
go.
thank
Um,
you.
we are going to move into. So we have two compulsory questions. The first one at the beginning, the last one at the end. We're going to then have the rapid questions, and then from there we move into what we call the discussion or action questions. They are simple things. So, like I said, just have fun, and let's enjoy the show. So let's begin with our first compulsory question, and it's usually a question about how did you meet and what attracted you to each other. So these are always our first question on the platform. Who wants to
Go
go
first.
first?
You go first.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Um, Myself and my wife, we met in our back then church. You know, so I've always seen her in the church. Um, then I took note of her. Then I got interested, maybe because we didn't really have much going. Then I just said, "Oh, who is this beautiful damsel that is always all to ourselves, do our things on our own?" Then those are the things that interest me. Then I did a follow up. Then I engaged her in some conversation. Then we started singing, and the rest is history today.
That's a very good summary. Lilia, give us
Done.
more of the give us more of the juice because Broccoli has done a fantastic summary of the story, but I know there's more. Oh yeah, tell us from your own side.
Okay, so I met him in church, and I used to see him in church. And I remember one day in particular, right behind me, and I think the pastor was like, "Say your name, say your name." And before then, he had spoken to me like once or twice, just hi, hello, walk past each other. And that day, he now said his name. He said Olakunle. I said, "Ah." He was just right behind me, so I heard his name Olakunle. I thought this guy's name is Olakunle. That was my own first notice of him. Then there was one day he stopped me. I was walking home. I think I was driving home or walking home. He stopped me, and we started getting to know ourselves. He would come to the shop to visit me, and we got talking. But for me, then I felt we're two different people. Like me, I'm east, he's west. He's quiet. Me, I'm talkative. I know I'll not say I'm talkative per se, but I know how to talk. I'm not the person that will just keep quiet. He's more of reserved. But me, I'm not reserved though. I'm Wakajigbe, that's what I used to call myself. I like to go out, I like to meet people, I like to have fun. And he's more of like to himself. But one of the things that really struck me about him during the time that he was speaking to me and I got to know him was the first day I went to his house. He made me fish, like he prepared like as if it was a queen that was coming, and that thing,
Oh,
I'm telling you, like I was so like see how
oh,
they are treating me well here. See how they
chai,
are see how I'm being treated like a queen here. And
chai,
that was it for me. That was it for me.
chai, chai, brothers, dear brothers in the Lord, treat her like a queen. Abi, Sister Titi, what
Yes.
did I say? What did you get? Tell me what you got from the gist now. Before me, I'll be the one putting words in your mouth.
I've just noted something. I have to go and teach my son how to cook
That's
properly.
all right.
That's it. That is just it.
He made grilled fish. I'll not forget. Grilled
Wow.
fish. And it was awesome. It was awesome.
Do
I
you
thought
see
it
why
was
it's
only I
important that
thought it was
brothers
only
should
men
have
that the way to their heart is through their stomach.
Lilian, they use food to catch her. Great fish.
It's food, oh, it's food. Fish. Grilled fish. I'll not forget.
Oh my God. I like the fact that he said she's always by herself. And that's why I was like, who is this one? Sometimes people think you have to be all over somebody's face to be seen. She's always by herself, but he still noticed and was like, who is this one? What's different about her? You want to say something, Brokule?
No, not really. you, not really, ma.
I
Seriously.
remember the visit to the shop. That's why I was waiting for Lillian to tell us the story. Because I used to
Yes,
go to the shop then and I would see this brother, just sitting there, gently like he's meditating. And I'll be asking Lillian, who is this brother that is meditating by the shop? Every time I come, they say, brother meditating here. And we were praying for her husband, too. We were praying
true.
for life partner. But sister was
True.
not looking at this brother that was meditating. Let me help you protect the story. I was there. I saw some of the things. Sister was not
Yes,
looking at this brother, but brother was
true.
just coming there quietly. The spirit of God can work quietly, no noise making, observing things and looking at us. Okay. I'll not let me leave the rest of the story so that I not be
Yes.
me doing this now. Let's move on. We're going to take the next things, which will be the rapid questions. I don't know what divine is saying is true. You must tell me which one you are saying is true. Is it the not being in the face because you like to be on your own? And I'm always telling her to go out, go out, go out. So now she's saying it's true. She's supporting that motion. Okay, so rapid question. Are you ready? There are just 10 of them. You have 2 points, and we are grading to see what you're going to score. This is the only part of the question that we actually score. Don't worry, you're not going to fail. They are simple, simple, straight to the point questions. You ready?
Yes, ma.
So
Yes.
if I ask you a question, you point to who the answer is. Number one, who is the spender?
Ah.
All
Me.
right. Who first said I
Spend.
love you?
You said what?
Who
I did not
first
get
said
the
I
second
love
part.
you?
I did not
First
get the
person to
question.
say I love you. Wait. Why will you hesitate?
Why
Finally,
yes?
why did
You
you
won.
hesitate?
No, I didn't really get it was a question. Yes,
No.
I thought it was still the explanation
No, it
on the
was a
previous
question
one.
to say who was the first person.
Okay.
Okay. Three, who remembers important dates? Okay. Who prays more? Ah, really? I thought the man of God was the rainbow scale and the okay, okay. Well done, Lilian. Good girl. Well done. Um, who disciplines the children more? Him. Ah, okay. Who apologizes first?
You is me. I'm the one.
Eh, him. He
Yeah,
say him, you say you. So who?
we don't like quarrel, so just try to say sorry and move on.
Okay. You people did not get that one because he say him, she say you. All right, it's quotations. Who is more romantic? Ah, who calls the other more? So when you're away from each other, who calls? Ah, hey, Auntie Lilian,
This
you are just winning all
Disturbance.
today.
You see what he say disturbance because na me dey call pass.
Remote. Ah, Lilian, do you have time to watch TV? Okay, let's go on. Who is best dressed? The last question. Who is best dressed? Fashionista. Tell them, go. Fashion. Leon's closet. Leon's timeless.
Yes, so
Okay, not a bad one. Not a bad one. 9 out
thank
of 10.
you.
Fantastic. You can clap for yourself on that. All right. All right. All right. All right. Titi, do you have question 11 to 20 with you?
I'm not
He has something
sure.
to say.
Okay, yeah. Go on, Okukule. You have something to say.
Okay, who prays more is NSPPD that caused it. NSPPD and what's the name of the other one? So so
Oh,
if
she
that's
joins,
the
she joins more prayer group.
yes.
I
So
know.
and
I
I don't
know.
do that. I pray
And
And
this,
at my
he
time.
doesn't join that one. So if you are hearing us pray, you will hear me pray the most because I'm joining this one, I'm joining that one. I'll go for prayer meeting. I just try to, you know,
so always pray together with the brethren.
they try.
Okay, all right, fantastic, well done, good one. That was really, really good. Let's move to the main matter now. In this ones, you either act or you answer or you discuss whatever question that comes, and it's your choice. We're not choosing for you, you have to choose. They are listed 1 to 20, so pick a number. If you pick a number, you get the first choice to answer that number. And then if your partner has something more to add, they can also add to it. All right.
Question
So
number
let's
5.
question number five.
Question.
Good. What three words describes your partner? Describe your partner in 3 words. So both of you will answer this because you have to describe your partner. 3 words.
My sweet husband is consistent.
Consistent.
He is a yes, he's consistent. He's a man of his word,
Okay.
and he's my number one cheerleader. I say it.
Chai.
I say if I tell anybody I
Auntie,
want to
three
sell
words.
package
3 words.
service,
We know you studied English. 3 words.
I just
Please.
wanted to explain the last one.
Okay.
Okay, let me.
So it's your now you even
It's
lost
consistent,
it. Consistent one.
consistent,
Mm-hmm.
a man of his word, and he's
Two.
my number one cheerleader. Like
Cheerleader. Hmm.
yes,
Hi. All right. I will no comment there. First, Titi will have comments. Kunle, say your own. 3 words that
All right.
describe your partner.
My wife is very lovely um,
Okay.
because she cares for us all and the family and mostly put us first. Then she's so with that I describe her as being a mother hen. She's
Mm.
always concerned with everybody. Then the second one is not positive, is not negative. My wife cannot sit down in one place. She likes going out. And that's the contrast between us. I can be in the house for 3 days without even opening the door. Can be
Chai.
on my system or watching TV. But all my wife should just have is that there's no work today. Something will fix itself, we take her out. So I'm not complaining. I'm used to that, and I don't intend to change that. So that's then the other one, as you can see, she's very lovely and beautiful.
Ah,
Oh.
very beautiful. Oh, oh. You know one thing I like about the statement you've just made is the I'm not complaining. I've come to understand that that's who she is, because I think for some marriages this is where the challenge is. We all cannot be the same.
I met her like that, so it was part of what I was willing to go with. So the agreement was just that I should not be forced to go out to carry me along. Anywhere you want to go, you are free because I trust her. But don't just drag me along. So and
Don't
I get
drag me
it.
along. So Lilian, you two,
Yes.
you have accepted that you can stay inside the house and be living inside his computer.
Like I remember when his mom was around one time, the first time we got married, and I was always complaining he doesn't like to go out. The mom say, just go out on your own. That's how his father is. You don't go anywhere. Just go out on your own so you not be sad. So I
That
would go out. I love to go out. I love outdoors actually. But sometimes he joins me after I've dragged him, I've begged him,
So
I've
much complaint,
disturbed him.
not drag.
I've complained, okay, drag, and I've
It's complaint
complained, I've disturbed him up and down. He definitely will just follow me. They make I follow you.
so that peace will reign.
for national peace sake, let me follow you. And when you go out, do you enjoy it?
I do,
Not
funny
you.
enough.
We already know you do. I'm
Oh.
asking when you manage to finally go, do you enjoy it or do you just go there and be miserable and wishing that you
No,
were at
no,
home?
no, 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 no. What I've developed myself is to enjoy every moment. And the truth of the matter is I just enjoy it. That's just the truth. She knows I have friends and I said, oh, I'm coming to visit for like 1 week. We might not even and even my friends might not even get talking. Do you understand? So I'm always engrossed in my work because it's very task consuming. So I don't expect I won't spend this much time, then I will now be moving up. But she has the energy. So she can do like 10 things at the same time. Mine is just one, focus on the one, then go and rest and leave the rest for God. But my wife is co-partner with God. So so they jump on the bus and they just with God guard my backing. But for me, God, let me just do this one, take care of the rest. And it's been so the children love it more. So like I used to tell them, they already if you tell them now let's go out, they keep jumping. So they are like they are enjoying their life. So most of the time they don't drag me into it. But that doesn't mean that once in a while I don't join. But it comes mostly after so many discussion and complaints.
Powerful, powerful. I like that. I like that. Compromise is something that is
Yeah.
beautiful and helps in a relationship. Once in a while, Lillian will sit at home and sit by the husband,
True.
sit by
It's
the
not every day
computer.
I used to go out, but I used to
Once
stay
in
at
a
home.
while, the husband too should go out. That's the compromise of it. Knowing that, this is what your partner like, and then compromise to,
Mhm.
accommodate each other. That's the beauty of marriage. That's the beauty. Okay, we've done only one question. No, oh, pick. I want people to answer as many as possible.
Okay, sharp,
Okay,
sharp. Question
Kunle, pick your
number one.
question. No, it's only you that
Okay,
be picking the question.
yeah, pick.
Question 8.
Question number 8. Aha, this is the kind of questions I like. So, what is the one thing? I know there might be a lot, but one thing about your upbringing that is shaping your marriage today? Whether it's positive or negative, maybe something negative you saw when you were growing up and saying, no, this is not coming into my marriage. Or something positive you saw when you were growing up and you said, yes, this I want it in my marriage. What's the one thing?
Okay, from like myself, I was opportune to live with different families at different times in my life. You know, those who are blood related and not blood related. So I didn't really stay with my parents. So it's a collective of the ideology of these people. I have an aunt who is exactly like Lilian. Do you understand? So while I would stay with them in the early 2000s, I used to, the man doesn't talk, just does his thing. Nobody's sweeping, he carries the broom and sweeps. So he takes her for Oshia. Then I used to say that if it's my hands is the only person available, I'm not going to marry. But actually that's part of what shaped me to fit into
Hmm.
what is going to be. Then I have an uncle here in Abuja, so um the way he like provides for the family. You see him at the back end, but he tries to make the major decision, makes the provision available, puts everybody, talk to them. He doesn't talk much, but he just makes sure that he is the provider and the protector in the family. Then I have another set of people who are elderly. I think the woman should be like in her 70s, the husband should be in her 80s. They are both alive, still here in Abuja. So these are very these are how do I say it? These are core Christians.
Examples.
They are very core Christians. So these three people actually shape my philosophy about life, and so I can't actually pinpoint is this one person, but from each of those people I learned where the one you have to be a provider, the one you have to take the streets, then
Hmm.
you have to be a Christian, know the Bible, teach the word, and this. Do you understand? And it's actually at my formative stage. It's all happened in my teen stroke early 20s. So
Hmm.
actually it's an all-round thing that helped me and when I look back, I really appreciate those things.
Wow.
We
Wow.
always say it, the importance of when you know you want to marry, you desire marriage, you should surround yourself with those who've gone ahead of you. The importance of learning from other people's experience. You can't buy it in the market. You see, he mentions the uncle, he mentions the auntie. Say, okay, I've even my auntie, and what I'm seeing now is the same. So I've seen this page before. I can deal with it. So we always tell people, those of us who are young, who are still looking in fact, even those who are already in marriage, have mentors, have elderly ones that you can learn from. There's always something good that you can learn from somebody's experience. Don't wait until you make the mistake in your own relationship. Learn from, the others. Fantastic one. Do you have anything to say to that, Lillian, before I move on?
Um, no, not exactly.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Titi, anything to say?
It's quite interesting because it just got me thinking like most time I had a conversation with someone over the weekend and along the lines of sometimes like why do we go through stuff? You know, why do certain things happen to us, especially those of us that believe, you know. But this just got me thinking like you don't know what God's plan is with what it is you're going through. Probably is to help some other person, you know. So these families he's talked about now, they have no idea the kind of influence, they've had in a life. They
Yeah,
just have no idea, you
yeah,
know. And these families may have gone through stuff
yeah,
at the moment, and probably gone through it well, or they may have just been living their own lives properly or enjoying their own marriage, and
yeah.
someone else has been positively influenced by it. It is just so amazing. It is amazing.
Fantastic. Very true. Very, very true. I totally
True.
agree with that. We are books that people read. Sometimes if you are blessed and you're privileged, you might hear people say to you at one point in life, but you might never even get to hear it. However, know that you're influencing someone somewhere. Somebody is looking at you, is looking at Kunle and Lilian and say, this is kind of marriage I want. This is couple goals. How do they say this? They say couple goals. They might not know whatever challenges you're having behind the scene, but what they see is beautiful, and this is what they want. You understand? And that's why we trust God that we'll continue to mirror, you know, God's kind of marriage and God's kind of relationship to the world. Fantastic, good responses. Okay, Lillian, pick another number.
Um, Question number 10.
Question number 10. I always like the men to answer this question, but okay, Sister Lilia, answer it. What is your definition of submission?
Mm, for me, I would say Submission is when you submit to the leadership of your partner or the leadership of the head of the home, which is the man. That is what submission is to me.
Can you give us instances, an example? Because you still use the word submit.
I remember there was a time that my sisters, they all went home to see my dad when he was still alive, and I was also preparing to go for the trip and everything. My husband did not tell me anything until last minute. He said he doesn't think I should go to this trip. I'm going to travel with the children. I'm going to travel by road. I'm going to. I was really not happy about it, but I just had to submit, like submit to what he actually said, and it was actually a good thing because my dad actually now came to Abuja to see me, and we had time, we spoke and everything, and I think some few months later then he passed. But I was at first I felt really bad, like why can I not just travel and go and see my dad and everything? But it was when they were kidnapping on the road. They were kidnapping on the road, and then it was like, no, he doesn't think he's safe, and because of everything. But I had to submit. I had to
Hmm,
submit.
that is it. Powerful. Kunle, tell us, because I always like the brother to give us. I like brothers to give us their definition of submission. What is submission to you?
So actually, I think I have a contrary opinion,
Okay.
just like what I said earlier about when I was growing up. I used to tell my friend that I can marry a mad woman. Do you understand? So what I was actually telling them was that when I get married, whatsoever I see is what I pick. I To be candid, and I'm going to spill this out here. I wasn't looking for a submissive lady to marry. Yes, that unlike every other person, I wasn't, and I'm being sincere.
Please tell me,
And
why is that?
so
Interesting.
because the truth of the matter is, the word submission has been overstretched in such that it puts the other persons in bondage, never allow them to achieve their dreams and their goals. So, like my wife, like I advise her like every other person. Says she wants to do this, I'll tell her these are the two sides of the coin. Whichever you pick, that's what is going to be, you know. So I make her to see the good and the bad. So I don't always have let's do it this way, let's do it this way. I'm sorry, that might not be the right thing, but that's just the way I am. I don't like to lord things over people because I believe we are all adults. Now, most
Hmm.
especially when the person is Christian. So I just use biblical injunctions because I believe when people come to the area of submission, it's just to shortchange the other person. They don't want to sacrifice, they don't want to do this. So my own, you can so you say you want to wake up by 10, just don't disturb me if I'm waking up by 11. So I never like in my house, we are a Christian family. We don't really have this is rules and regulation. But the truth of the matter is, why is that? Okay, I trust the judgment of my wife, and she knows. Like maybe when I will just say the way it is. Either it's hot or not. Yes, I can't have some. I'll just tell you the way it is, and it's not that it change anything. Like if a time they spoiled customer clothes and this, I will not support you. I will just tell you, you spoil it's not any this thing. You're supposed to, oh, sorry, oh, I didn't know, but I thought you asked for my opinion. Now, if you say you want to, because the truth of the matter is when people say they want to be submissive, like if she dress up now and she said, oh, she said she's going out, I already know that if I said she should not go out, I'm going to make her miserable. Like yesterday, I came back from the journey and I was just in the shower bathing. My wife was already dressing. I said, "There's one friend that had a problem. She wants to go and see." At that point, will I now say no because I just came out? You have to stay with me because I know she will be there and she will not be there. Do you understand? Even if she doesn't stay it. So I've come to understand that the word submission at the end of the day is just most people trying to fool around. It's just like, but that doesn't mean that we don't respect each other. It's different from respecting each other. Do you understand? Like sometimes, most of the thing I allow her to make the choices because she's always the one at the back end. When they say they want to go to school, that's the actually there's a school I want, but the truth of the matter is She gave a valid reason. I cannot be driving around and this. Then we move to the neighborhood. It's going to be much more expensive. So even when I say no, this, yes. When I get to my office, when I'm working, I try to have a reflection of what happened. Then even though when I come back, I don't silence. I'll just keep quiet and let her do her thing. So because I know, like when you now, just like you said, if I now want to enforce, it's going to make the other person uncomfortable. So I just let it be. So that's my own perspective towards submission.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe if I say this in a more
This is a
legalistic
rare,
word.
this is a rare occasion, a rare breed of an
No, so I'm
African
asking.
This is
man,
a very
That's
fantastic
a
description of
rare
submission.
breed of an African man. Since we have been having them on this platform, have you ever heard this kind of definition of submission? This is fantastic to hear.
My husband is a rare breed. I'm not going to
Oh
lie.
yeah, we know now.
We know before tele, will you not tell me that it's my husband that is a rare breed? Your husband is a rare breed. That's why you're with him now. We agree.
Mhm.
But even with what we've heard today, we too we agree that he's a rare
Yeah,
breed. Because I mean,
True.
that example he gave, for example, of saying he just came back from a journey and he wanted to go out. I think at that point, many men will not say, I just came back now. You should sit with me. I've
even
not been at
even
home.
many women, many human beings.
This one is just really a rare breed, and I like that he understands that, I say it, you really can't control an adult.
Yeah,
And this is why many people get problems in relationship. When you are looking for how to control the woman, or you want to control the man, because some women too are controlling, you want to control the man so that only what you want him to do he will do, then there's problem, because both of you are partners. One is not coming to, like he says, so change the other. I just like the words. I love the words he's using. And some brothers, I'm sorry to say, even Christian brothers, they like to throw submission into the pan when they want to cheat the woman, or when they want to lord things over. Don't you know that you are supposed to be submissive? If you've done the right thing, the way Brokunle is saying now, he has allowed Italy and she has gone now. When she come back, she will have every time for him. There'll be no quarrel in the house. She's happy. She has done her own. She will have time to do his own. Abi, there's joy and peace. But sit
True.
here. Don't go anywhere. Sit here. Don't you know I'm the lord of this house? Or what I decide is what is going to be final. The story was told of the boy that was standing up, and he said, even if I'm standing, I'm sitting. Because they forced him to
Mm.
stand up. He wanted to sit down. They say stand up by force. And then he stood up. After standing for a while, looked at his dad, said, Daddy, let me tell you the truth. Even if I am standing now, I'm actually sitting down. Because in his mind, he's sitting down. And this is how some people are running the marriage. When they are doing it the one of I'm the Lord and Master. If somebody told me that your husband is your Lord, I know that Sarah call her own husband Lord though, but there's nowhere Bible say now everybody should start calling their husband Lord. And if you even want to be called a Lord, uncle, wait, let me give you the title. Don't force it out of me. All right, let's move on so that I can answer more questions. End the title. End the title. Don't make it a rule. In this house, you all must call me Lord. And we can call you Lord in your face, and then we'll call you something else at your back, because we are not happy to call you the Lord. And be killing All right, let's move on. Rokule, ask your own question. Pick your number.
number 3.
People always stay with this number 1 to 10. You should go down to 20 now. Okay, number 3.
Okay. Next for my man will be 20.
Now see, what now ask Uncle Kunle? Okay, but it's good maybe to help us, since he doesn't like going out. Maybe he has other ideas. Question number 3: what is your idea of fun for couples?
Hmm.
The truth of the matter is, I don't have any idea. That's just me. I don't have any idea.
This man is very sincere. So if you
No,
were, okay, let me rephrase it in a way that might help you. If you were to say, this evening I really want to have fun, I want to have a fun time with my wife, maybe we have sent our children to granny or to auntie to go and play, what is your idea of fun? What would you plan?
Man, I won't plan anything. That's just I will not plan anything because because the truth of the matter is that the children go out of the house or not, it will always be their mom's decision. Wherever anybody, the children choose to stay, as in they are good. So if they are not, except she
Let
want,
me come in to save him.
Mhm.
My
Save me.
idea of fun, yes,
Mm.
my idea of fun is we can have dinner dates, we can go to new places, we can do sightseeing, and
All of it
we
involves
can
going
also,
out. I'm thinking
yeah.
of things you cannot do in the house. Since
Okay,
brother,
inside the
you
house,
don't
maybe
really
we
like
can
going
watch
out.
movies together at home. We can watch movies
Popcorn
together.
night,
So
yes.
on Sundays, most times we used to have like our own mini movie night on Sunday. We'll have our dinner. Everybody will sit in the parlor. Maybe we'll watch a new movie on Netflix. So that's for
but not my idea.
it's never his idea. It's always my idea because come on, I
Brooklyn
love to
have
have
to do
fun.
better. Oh, man of God, they have to do
He
better.
does.
Because the fact
He
that I'm
does.
just be in the house is already the fact that I'm in the house with everybody, and if they want anything is needed, or I mean, in terms of
That's
conversation,
your own phone.
it's my own fun. In as much I'm in my house, it's a
But
fun already to me.
any Eleni.
So we finish our outing, we stay at home, we can eat pizza, take ice cream, watch TV. That's my own idea of in-house fun.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. Who's speaking next? You, Lilian.
Okay, number 20.
Because I said whether people will not pick
Yes,
20.
that's why I went to pick 20. Number 20.
Ah, okay. Number 20 is one of my favorite questions, really, too, but it's already another controversial topic. So, question 20 says, do you find counseling useful?
Ah,
If
yes.
yes, why? If no, why? Do you think, like we're talking about now, marital counseling, marriage counseling, is it useful? If yes, why do you think it's useful? If no, tell us why.
Okay, for me, first of all, I take counseling very serious. Even when I was single, I don't like to be the example. Don't be the example. That's my own. Everybody try not to be the example because there are people that have gone through these things ahead of you. You try to learn from those people. That's my own perspective. Because I believe that it is very important sometimes to seek the opinion or the advice of other people just to make sure that you are right on track. Counseling is very important. I remember there was one time we had one issue like that. And our pastor actually counseled us, and it opens your eyes to another side of this thing. And sometimes it's easy to see your faults in the picture or see the other person's fault when you are in the picture, but a
Mm,
counselor is someone that is outside of the picture, that can look at this thing very well and say, okay, no, this thing is not like this, that thing is not like, and there is nothing wrong in seeking good advice and go for marriage counseling and everything. There's nothing wrong in it. It helps you. It is for your own good eventually. So that's how I see it.
okay. Broccoli, I'm just going to ask you because statistically, they say men are the ones that don't like going for counseling. What do you think about counseling, marriage counseling?
Okay, so yes, I think I follow the statistics, and I'm going to explain. It's not because for either ego or anything, because I've just understood one thing. When people go for counseling, they already most of the time you already have what you want to do. Do you understand? And like I said, when I was going to get married, I think I already have an overview of how I want the home to run, even when I don't speak it out most of the time. And saying I should go for counsel, it's I, and I'm not proud to say it, but that's just me. Do you understand? Most of the time, I found out that what the person is going to say is likely going to be a repetition of what I've known, or the person, because that's what it's actually like. When she said we should go and that we went to meet our pastor. Now, the truth of the matter is, I just went for going sake. It's not because of anything, because all and the pastor is also my friend. So all he said, I took it. And those were the things I was just acting on. So most of the talking actually has to do with her, even at the counseling session. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And this is the same thing that I keep explaining. So for her, she just wanted to hear it from another person that is not me. Do you, so that is basically because she's here, she can all what I've been okay, this is the no, this is not the but because maybe because we are husband and wife, okay, you just want so most of when people go for counseling is that they just want somebody to stamp what they are thinking and out there like my wife loves to listen to all these people that talked about relationship on TV, and I used to laugh at them. I said some of them say, if it is Bible, I know more than them. If it is relationship, I know more. So because I've come to realize that when it comes to relationship, it's involved two people. Yes, the Bible is the standard, but it's actually what those people agree to work on. The fact that I said I'm not key on saying somebody is submissive doesn't mean that people that take to that part, it's wrong. Like they put me on the panel in church and they asked a question about trust. And I pointed out to them that what might be trust to me might not actually be trust to is what both of you have agreed that this is the way we want to go about it. That's what formed the foundation. So for me, either Christian marriage or marriage in general is not cast on stone. So if, for instance, like I said, if people wake up and say the slab we used to be waking up each other, they both agree. So you people looking from outside, you cannot not say that that is wrong. The people involved says they are okay. So now when people sit on TV, because that's the people getting married now, most couples picks their clue from such people, the people over the internet who are not even qualified per se. And those people who are qualified are only just doing it for profit making. So you see a lot of people being led astray and they keep canceling every day. It's not improving the situation of statistics of marriage over the years. You know, like my wife, she say, you don't used to talk, you don't used to do this. Then maybe 3 months later, I thank God for my husband though. My friend here, look at what happened. I used to tell her, if to say you stay in your house, will you know what happened to them? Me that I stay in my house, did I know that somebody's husband beat her? But I already know that that is not part of my neighbor. They said that the husband used to beat the wife and that I should go and discuss with him. I said, sorry, the woman is an adult, she's grown up, so she didn't know that she will leave the house. So if she do, maybe she likes the way they are beating her. Me, I will now go and Satan and says that don't be beating her again. No, it will not be held against me in heaven because
My husband is unbothered. That's the word.
Are you bothered?
no, he's not being bothered or unbothered. I just believe that anyone that goes into marriage, do you understand, should you should if you cannot make some basic decision, then there's no need for you getting married. It's just as simple as that. So if you now get married, you now says that, okay, sorry, my husband is not talking to me. You now go about that. Somebody should come and cancel you. If they cancel the man, it will not change. Yeah, they said I don't used to talk. Up till now in the home, it has not changed anything. No, I'm just trying to say it's not because the person is adamant. It's just because TD Jake says something. He says that for a man that married at 40 or at 50, he's been single for 50 years. So if you now come in and say you want to change the person, so most of the counseling is just number one is either to authenticate their feelings or to just beg the person help me to change my husband or my wife. That's usually the end point. And me, I don't run that kind. I believe I don't run that kind of marriage. Like I said, it's the fact that that's the way I am doesn't make it right. It's just that I've come to understand what I believe it's marriage. Do you understand? Yeah,
I
like
think the
in my
thing is
place of
that
work,
okay, go on.
my place of work, I used to tell them, say, my wife cannot stay in one place. And I used to explain to them, do you understand? I said, I met her to be a model before. So I now came into her life now. And I said that she should not go out to, she should do this. Then you want me to be a widow at 40 or at what? Because the truth of the matter is, even if she said she agreed, do you understand? She did not come to her senses that, no, this is not what I want to do, and that's what you want to do. You're just punishing the person irrelevantly. And I believe there are so many things that can flavor the marriage rather than saying this is this, do's and don'ts. I don't actually believe in that. So that's the position that I take on this matter. So counseling, yes, is it good? Yes, but for me, I'm just part of the normal men that don't believe in that
There
don't
is
like
normal men, not
that
abnormal men.
not abnormal men. But my reason,
Not that the
my
group
reason,
that don't believe in counseling are the normal ones.
yes, my reason for not taking you to counseling is just the fact that I think I already have a pre-planned and I have an understanding with my family. That is one. Then
I'm
secondly,
going to
most,
I'm
most
going to
of the
allow
counselors,
Titi. I'm going to
most
allow Titi speak to this counseling matter because I know Titi is a certified counselor. So let's
mhm.
know whether you are one of those who is doing it for the money or just tell us. I mean, we are not vilifying Kunle's stance. Is right, and his opinion is valid. You know what he's saying is not totally wrong because it's his opinion. But at the same time, what do you think when? And oh, you're a female. I wish you were male now. But go on. Go on, Titi.
Um, I think that in life generally, because no one is an island, you
One.
know, so we can't, you can't, no one is an island and no one knows everything, right? So you can't
So,
take away the fact that there will be certain people that would speak into your life, whether consciously or unconsciously, that would make you probably see things differently, you know, and somehow over time, people have created a structure. It may not work for everybody because, I mean, we all understand things differently. Some people know better than others. So it makes their marriage run smoothly. Like the way he has explained now, everything seems to be running smoothly, you know. Two reasons why I believe people should have counseling is things are going on well in your marriage, depending on what is happening in your marriage. You know, people go through different things. Some people go through more stuff than others
Yeah.
that tends to affect the marriage space,
Yeah.
you know. So when there's so much pressure, there might be need for that kind of counseling. Even when that pressure isn't there, just to protect the marriage space, there might be need for that kind of counseling. So if he says he has everything pre-planned already and everything, I can see his wife is happy, she's fine. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. It's
Yeah.
working, you know. But
It's
we all
working,
know in
but
reality that things
sometimes,
don't always work as it is. Things don't
Yeah.
always work the way we
yeah,
expect them to. We have an idea of
mm-hmm,
what we want in the marriage. We go into marriage space
yeah,
saying, "This is what I want. This is how I want it." Sometimes it doesn't pan out like that, you know. And sometimes we think we know, but we by the time we run it for a while, we realize maybe it's just not like that, you know.
Yeah.
So when
I
people when we seek counsel from people, it makes us think differently and like, okay, maybe I should run it a little differently, you know.
yeah.
So
Yeah. I
that's
totally
true.
agree that if proper counsel and that's proper counsel from the right source is sought at the right time and the things that come out of the counseling are practiced. Because if you don't practice it, it's not going to work for you. Nothing will change. You will still be the way you are. But if proper counseling from the right source is sourced at a time, like Titi said, it's not everything that you run and go and be calling a third party ball. There are times when you have come to like a quagmire, you are in a crossroad now. Both of you cannot agree, don't seem to agree on a particular thing, and a third eye might just be what you need. The Bible says, even in the Bible, it says, in the midst of multitude of counsel, there's safety. So
True.
there is safety in asking somebody, my brother, and this is what we're saying counsel. It doesn't mean that until you go and sit down, book a space, pay for 1 hour, like I was saying, you have a pastor friend, he's your brother. My brother, this thing, no clear me. What are you? You're already seeking counsel. What do you think
That's right.
about it? but there's nobody, there's an island, and there's nobody that knows it all. This is why we encourage people. Sometimes the person might not actually have a solution for you, but just talking about it yourself, that talking therapy, you feel better already. Just that you've heard it, you've said it to someone else. There was a time I spoke to someone, and then when the person said, "Ah, yeah, I can relate to what you're saying," I said, "Okay, so I'm not crazy." Just that
Yes.
feeling of, okay, so I'm not crazy in my head when I'm thinking about this thing, that made me already feel good. So there are a lot of reasons why counseling can be useful and can be profitable. Um, but yeah, like we
And
said,
that's not to say that sometimes, of course, when you seek the wrong kind of counsel,
of course,
it might just end terribly.
yeah, of course, it
Just
will backfire.
scatters everything. So yeah.
Okay, our time is running very fast. Hey, we're already at the last minute. Uh, okay, let's let's see if we can get who asked the last question. It was you, Lilian. Okay, one more question from Broccoli, and then we might not take that questions again because time is gone now.
Question
Broccoli
13.
30. This one is very simple, very, very easy. But then Broccoli dollar is going out. So I don't know whether he give us a good answer. He says, "What is your dream vacation?" I'm sure you like
Mm.
vacation if you don't like going out. Where's the dream place you want to go to? Or what kind of vacation is your dream vacation?
It's to stay in my house. Oh.
But Akule, you cannot be staying as if you must be doing vacation now. Can't you even travel?
I can travel, but it's not something I've
You
ever
think
really
of or
thought.
think of.
Yes, I've not thought of it. So it's not that I won't make use of the opportunity. Should find a reason for it,
We are not
or should
asking you, Rebenoko. We know. We are not asking you. Somebody's answering to dream vacation for
I
you.
was I was about to say I know my dream vacation.
You know your own.
No,
Please sell. Sincerely,
dream?
you're not doing well. You should sell your dream to him. Sell your dream
but I
vacation.
normally do that, but he's not so interested in traveling like
So
that.
where's your dream vacation, Lilian?
Mauritius,
That's all right.
Santorini.
Omolomo.
I want to go to Jamaica. I want to go to the US. I
What
want to
a
go.
one, babe.
I have so many things that I want to do and so many places I would love to visit. And I know, in fact, I've been praying about it. I know it's coming to pass. I'm going to
Amen.
travel around different places of this world. I'm going to speak. I'm going to impact lives with what
Amen.
I have.
With your
Yes.
husband by your side.
Yes, he'll be. He doesn't have a choice
You
now. He's following
will
me.
not leave him alone in the house.
I
Oh.
cannot. No, no,
He
no.
refused
We
to leave
travel together.
Brakule alone in the house.
We
This has,
travel
but
together.
it speaks well that you have made the house very comfortable. That's why Broccoli can, be thinking, I don't even need vacation. My house is comfortable. I am very, so people are still talking about counseling. It's very important in any type of relationship, but you must choose the right source. We totally
Very
agree. Thank
good.
you, Pastor Solomon. Very, very, very true. My husband said, I hated talking to somebody about my stuff, but now I seek godly counsel. That story for another day. Maybe one of these days we'll do a show, my husband and myself, and we'll talk about how counseling saved our marriage. Sister
I will
Titi,
be the anchor.
we should
I'm
do one.
looking forward to it.
We were titled it How Counseling Saved Our Marriage. And I'm telling you, it's a fantastic testimony. When people hear 25 years, 30 years, 50 years, there's a lot that goes on, but there's also a lot of work. And God has helped us. If not, the story would have been different today. God actually used counseling to help us. And that is why I recommend it. It's not because I read it from a book. It's not because I am a Christian counselor. I'm a certified Christian counselor. I studied for it. It's not because of that. It's because it has helped me as a person, and that's why I believe in it. Okay. Mama, see, now they're already clamoring. We want to hear. Don't worry. Just subscribe. Stay tuned to this channel. It's definitely coming. 2024, you will hear some of the story, some part of our story. All right. Um, that's about all we can take from the general question. We now want to take the second and the last compulsory question on the show, which is, what is your advice to the unmarried? By the way, how many years have you been married?
This year will make it 6 years.
You
Six
have to
years.
count
This
yourself.
year will
Oh.
make it
People don't go 6 months these days. Oh, 6 months. Some people don't even go 6 weeks. Fantastic. We celebrate.
yes. This year will make it
And
six
6 years
years.
will go forever. You will be
Six
together in
years.
Jesus' name. Christ tarry. So,
Amen.
what's your
Amen.
advice to the unmarried? Both of you will give us your advice to the
Okay,
unmarried.
so for me, I'm particular about the young ladies. The first thing is that you have the first right of choosing. Make sure that you choose well. Most of my friends, I hear their stories and everything. I still remember then during the boyfriend and girlfriend stage, some of all these signs were there. Some of them decided to overlook, and now it's now a bigger problem years
Mm,
later in the marriage. So,
mm,
ladies, you have the first right of choosing. You must choose well. Now, in the terms of choosing, you don't know the end from the beginning. It's only one person, one spirit that knows the end from the beginning, and that is God. Choose in a godly way. If God help you to choose, you are in a safer net than if you choose by yourself,
mm.
because you can only just see what you see now. The spouse or the husband is a fine boy, is a fine guy, but God should help you to choose, because what God chooses for you, you are in a safer net. So that's my advice to young people out there. Make sure you choose well. You have the first right of choosing. Don't choose rubbish, and make sure that you involve God in your choosing. Then number three, always seek counsel. You don't know it all, and learn from those that have gone before you. Do not be the example. That's my own standard. Don't be the example. Make sure that you learn from those that have gone before you. That's my advice.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Absolutely. Choose rightly. It's a lifetime commitment. You don't want to choose anyhow and then have a lifetime of misery, or having to be jumping out of relationship and jumping back. So choose godly and choose wisely. I like that you said that it's only God that knows the spirit in a man. Whether we like it or
True.
not is the truth. No matter what the person presents to you, that's all you can see. You cannot really know what is going on in the heart and in the spirit of a man or a woman. But if you involve God, God can show you who this person really is in their heart and in their spirit. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Go on, man of God.
Okay, so my advice to the unmarried out there is that they should, just like I said, if you want to get married, be sure you want to get married and be ready to be flexible. I think that's just my advice. It will not always be your way, but you have to make it. The mind have to be made up before then that it will not always be your way. In fact, most of the time, it will not always be your way. So you have to decide if you want to go into it or not. So that's just my advice.
Make up your mind if you want to marry. Because when
Yes.
you marry, it will not always be your way. I like that. You are not ready to compromise. Don't go and marry. My dad will say that there's a lot of nonsenses in marriage. So if you're not ready for nonsense, kuku kuku don't marry.
True.
Because people get deceived by the butterflies. They get carried away by, even some the wedding, the suit, the beautiful
Amen.
flower, the Instagram picture, all of that is not the marriage. When we now come home, brother have removed suit, sister have removed wedding gown. That is the beginning of the journey.
Marriage. True.
And then you might see some things and then be wondering, hello, is it the same person? Yes, it is. You cannot really fully know someone until you live with them, until you are really, really. In fact, I think until you marry them, you don't really get to know them. Sometimes
True.
even the ones who live with each other, they still don't get to see all of themselves until when you marry that person. I'm married, then the real them begin to come out. Then at that point you begin to know, how to adjust and adapt to yourselves. All right, Titi, final words before. Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot. You people have invitation to come to the UK.
Hey,
So, Brokule, don't stay in
No,
your house. The Broko say you should start coming to the UK. Come here for
please,
validation. You are
let's
welcome.
go. We are coming. Anyway, he told me I should do the application. I've been the one stalling.
No,
But
not for myself, for you and the
for
children.
me and the children, he said not for him, but of course I will include him.
Omolomo, we are going to pray and bring him to the UK, and we
Amen.
glorify the Lord for doing it
Yes.
for us. Okay, Sister Titi, what you have to tell, our time is up. Your conclusion today, Titi.
I think it's just interesting listening to both of them, and I like what he said about being flexible. I mean, that's just the definition of what marriage is really. You have to be flexible. You can't always, as in, how are you going to always have it your way? How? And that's just the summary. Be flexible. If you are flexible, you just have it easy, really.
Yeah, it
You
makes
know.
life easy. It makes life easy as long as it's not as much as it's not anything can go kind of situation, but that being flexible makes life easy. There's nothing like, oh, this is how my father used to be, this is what marriage is, this is what I know marriage to be, that's what it must be. Because you remember, two of you are coming from different backgrounds, different experiences, and there'll definitely be differences in your beliefs and your value system. Thank you so much, Brother
Thank
Kunle.
you.
At least we got your camera again today. I'm winning small, small.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much for honoring us. I know it's not really your thing, but I honor you for agreeing to come on the show. Thank you for honoring us. God bless you. God honor you. God continue to make your marriage
Amen.
a shining
Amen.
example in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And God bless your children.
Amen.
Thank you, Lilian. Thank you, everyone, for all of your comments. Thank you, Titi, for coming. Next week, we are coming back again with another couple. Like we say, is the love story month. You want to hear another fantastic love story? And this one, if you hear the story of how they met, Kai, you don't want to miss it. I was in their house. I was sitting with them over dinner, and they started telling me how they met. I was like, my God, do people meet like that? It's a powerful story. You don't want to miss it next week. Be here. If you've not subscribed, the best you can do is go subscribe right now to our channel so that you can get notifications when we are live. And also share to your friends. Someone might just hear one or two things here that can benefit their relationship and that can help them with life. Thank you so much. See you again next week. God bless you. I love you all.